Okay, let's start the show. Special broadcast tonight. Gonna be talking a lot of things coming down the pipe. Special broadcast. I'm bored. Let's go. How's everybody feeling out there? Who's up in here? Couple of you guys, man. I see that. There's 4 of us strong right now. Hit that like button right away. This is a laid back stream. Like I said, I was bored. But there's a lot of things going on right now. So I want to get into it. Who's here? Let me see the chat, man. Who's here? Let me know in the chat who's here. I know there's a couple people in here. Who's here? Who's here? We're going to be talking about something really important. Is freedom of expression under attack? Is that what's really happening, or are we taking it somewhere where that's not really happening? We're going to be talking about, this is going to be a little bit of a long stream where I have some notes here. We're going to be talking about what is the true meaning of freedom of expression. Are we mixing up the definitions? Do we think it's something that is really not? We're going to find out today. We are going to find out today. Stop this music. Stop this. All right, man. Beautiful day. Sunday. Oh, man. Went shopping out there, man, to BJ's. Is there something going on? Because I've never been in a location buying food in BJ's. It's like a Costco for the people that don't know, where there were so much people there. OMG. Let's get into it right away. Let's just wait a little bit, maybe until a couple of you guys start coming in. But we're gonna be talking about this important. What are we gonna be talking about today? We're gonna be talking about the liberal hypocrisy, the tech overlords' liberal hypocrisy. But are they correct? That is the question. Are they hypocrites? That's no questions asked. But are they correct? And are they right for banning Donald Trump from all these social media platforms? From banning, there's a lot of conservatives saying that they're losing a lot of subscribers, etc. Are they correct? Are they in the right? We're gonna be talking about the legal, not my definition, not Valentine's definition, not this person's definition. We're gonna be talking about the legal definition of freedom of expression, right? That the legal definition, what the government says about it. We're gonna be talking about Section 230, and I thought conservatives were capitalists. Why are they worried? Isn't the market gonna take care of Twitter and Facebook? Isn't the market gonna do what it does, like it did to Blockbuster and so many other companies out there? Shouldn't we be letting the market do what it do if nothing illegal is being done? Let's get right into it right away. Twitter, Facebook, and many others have banned President Donald J. Trump of the United States of America, obviously taking an unprecedented step in censoring a sitting United States president. Unprecedented. Serving. The president today is Donald J. Trump. These people, these tech overlords, have banned this man because they don't like what he's saying, claiming certain things which they themselves violate. They're claiming that he's promoting violence, etc. Hence, they're gonna take him off of these different platforms. Yet, for example, and we're gonna get into Twitter, because they don't care about violence. What they really care is that Donald J. Trump is not on their side, meaning that they're liberals. Donald J. Trump is on the opposite side of the political spectrum. So that's what they really care. And I have proof to show that. Parler also being kicked off. I think today they have hours to go, if I'm not mistaken, on AWS, Amazon Web Hosting Services, where for the people that don't know too much, I like to talk like for the regular person. Amazon AWS, a website needs, actually, when you log into something, when you go to a website, a website has a physical what they call server, or so that way you understand a physical computer you are logging into right now. The people that are connected to this transmission right now, right? You guys are actually connected to a computer somewhere. I have no idea where the YouTube servers are. You are connected physically to a a server computer somewhere. So for example, Amazon AWS, Amazon Web Hosting Services, what they do is that they take care of that part for you. You could have your own server, your own computer, but if you have a lot of people, your computer might not suffice for the amount of people that you are that are accessing your site. Hence, these people, companies like Parler, they hire or they pay for a web hosting service. They pay for the use of other people's service that have invested a lot in computers and service like Amazon Web Hosting Services. Amazon doesn't like the fact that, quote unquote, there was some type of the siege, the act of war, like some of these liberals are saying. Some of these people are comparing it worse than to 9/11. They're saying that happened on Capitol Hill, where some of these people were let in to Capitol Hill. Now, what happened in Capitol Hill, obviously, that's condemned to the fullest extent and to the fullest extent of the law, but they were let in, right, by the cops themselves. So what happened in there, because of that, this siege and this military coup or this coup d'etat, whatever they want to call it, whatever, because you know liberals, they love to exaggerate stuff. They said it was planned on Parler, hence Amazon doesn't like that. They are banning them from using their services. They're not even giving them time. A Parler being a brand new thing, they're not even telling them, hey, you got to clean it up. You got to clean the class up, whatever. No. It's just they're banning them, plain and simple. Okay, no problem. They actually have the right to do all that stuff. We're gonna be talking about all that stuff. Now, let's talk about the Twitter. And again, I'm relaxing today, guys. I'm relaxing, so we're gonna take this nice and slow. That way, you guys can understand. If you guys really want to understand what freedom of speech is in reality, not what some of us are claiming it is, stay and watch this video. Hit that like button, share the content. We're gonna have a good old time later on. I'm gonna try to commingle with you guys in the chat. I'm not gonna be turning on the lines today. I do that every Friday. If this is your first time here, every Friday I have a live call-in show, Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have a live call-in show where I do all that stuff, and you guys are able to call in. We're not gonna be doing that tonight, but I want to talk to you guys on the chat. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. And let's keep going here. Okay, now let's get to Twitter. Twitter's hypocrisy. Twitter bans Donald Trump, supposedly claiming because he's calling for violence, which is a farce. It's just, I mean, it's easily proven that they don't care about that. They really do not care about violence. Look at this tweet and go find it yourself. This is on my Twitter, by the way. Follow me on Twitter at Valentine Show 7. This is a tweet from Slate magazine on June 4th, 2020, last year, June 4th, where all these violent protests where the media was going out of their way to say these protests are peaceful but fiery. They went out their way to say that these protests are peaceful because they knew you're gonna say peaceful on the mic when there's a fire in back of you. It's peaceful, but they have set fires. I'm like, look at this from Slate magazine. And again, and this is up on Twitter still. Non-violence is an important tool for protest, but so is violence. They are literally calling for violence themselves. They're literally calling for violence. They really do not care about that. And this is still up. The Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran's supreme leader, has called for the destruction of Israel. He's still on Twitter. So that's violence also. They don't care about that because these people, they're liberals. This is what they are. They don't care about that. Twitter, they're liberals, and since they're liberals, this is they don't care. They only care to do everything against the conservative movement. Again, right now, as of now, January 10, 2021, the face of conservatism is the face. Again, I'm not saying that he's an example, whatever it is, but the face of conservatism is Donald J. Trump in the United States of America. So they do not care about Twitter. What do they care? Again, they care about banning us. They care about people from the right. They care about silencing our message. And again, I must say throughout this live, they have all the right in the world to do all that stuff. The Constitution actually protects them from doing all this stuff. They are able to do it. Let's continue here. There's some, which I mean, again, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is it that conservatives? Why do we believe that Twitter, social media, is like a human right? It's like they can ban us from social media. They can ban us from Twitter. Yes, they can ban us from Twitter. Yes, they can. That is not a human right. These private companies have the right to do literally whatever they want. They set the rules. They can ban whoever they want. In my channel, there's no cursing on the live calling show. That's my rule. I have the right to set those rules. Let's talk about this, which is very important right here. The First Amendment of the United States. We say it all the time, and sometimes we don't even know what it actually means. What does this actually mean? Does it mean that freedom of expression, and we're going to read it, that way you guys understand it. The language is there, but I guess we just forget it, or we don't pay too much attention to it, which I understand. We're not, all of us, we're not legal experts or none of that, but I'm going to give you the legal, what does the First Amendment legally say? And let's read it. First Amendment, this is thanks to the Constitution.Congress.gov. First Amendment of the United States of America. And the clue is in the first word of what it says. Congress should not make law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech. Again, this is what we talk about this, the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Again, who is it that is not going to impede our freedom of speech? Who? Congress. The United States government will not make any laws abridging your freedom of speech, or as we say in modern day language, I guess, for the regular people to understand, freedom of expression. Congress should not make that. Hence, that's why I am able to, I'm censoring people when I say that there's no cursing on my live calling show. That's censorship. And the United States Constitution, the laws of the United States protect me from me censoring other people from not cursing on my channel. I'm censorship. I'm doing some censorship there. Congress should not make, hence these private individuals, and we're going to get into section 230 also. These individuals, these private companies, these private individuals, they are able to set these rules to however they see fit, as long obviously it's not violating anybody's civil rights or stuff like that. But people are believing that Twitter is a civil right. Like before, we didn't have Twitter, we didn't have none of this, we didn't have Facebook, none of this stuff. And we're going out of our like, we're going crazy when these people are banning us. They could literally do whatever they want. They could do what they did to Donald Trump, which is they could straight up ban them. They could take subscribers away. It's their, whatever the policy is, whatever they want to do, they could do it. And again, we're going to be talking about Section 230, which has nothing to do with none of this. None of this. Section 230, actually, I changed my mind on Section 230 because I believe Section 230 is something that is actually fair and it should not be repealed. Because you cannot tell other people how to run their businesses. And we're going to be talking about, especially us Christians, we forgot already the court case of the baker in Colorado who went and denied a gay couple a wedding cake because he felt like he was infringing on his beliefs of Christian. We fully backed him. Twitter's doing the same thing. They're doing certain rules. They're doing certain things, and they don't want that. Are they doing it unfair? Are they applying their laws, their public laws, whatever they are, their community guidelines? Are they applying it unfair? Yes, they are. They know that. But the question is, are they wrong for doing it? Of course they're not. They're not wrong for doing none of that stuff. It's their platform. Who's the people that are here, man? You guys don't say what's up on the chat, man. Who's up in here? Who's here? Let me know who's here on the chat, man. Now, on the citizen level, right? On the civil level, right? Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. Let me give you an example. Are there some tough guys in the chat right now? Tough guys. If I was to get up in your face, in your face and talk some stupidity about your mother, what would you do? Some of you might respond with some physical violence because I said your mother. Do I have the right to say anything I want about anybody's mother? I have all the right in the world to say that. Now, am I free from the consequences of saying those things? Am I free from the consequences of saying those things? There's consequences to freedom of expression. We got to learn this, guys. I think this is, to be honest, I think this is pretty good. I think the thing that's happening to conservatives, I think it's good. We got to wake up. You got to wake up. There got to be some billionaire conservative out there that cares about freedom of expression, that is willing to take these conservative dollars and make some type of social media for conservatives. Because again, guys, all these numbers is money. You know the huge amount of money that Twitter will lose if all conservatives leave from there. You know how much money they will lose? And all these social medias, Facebook, all these, they will lose a whole bunch of money. But right now, conservatives, we don't have the freedom. We don't have the will to do none of that stuff. To be honest, we don't. We don't have the will to do that. To cancel our subscriptions and cancel our things, and see again, the market is moving. Conservatives are being pushed out of the social media, and that's okay because they have the right to do that. Now we just got to come up with our own, and I think we're gonna come up with our own. If it's gonna be that conservatives are not able to express their views in certain platforms, that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. To be honest, perfectly fine with that. I mean, I don't understand why we're trying to force Twitter to change. I mean, it will be nice in a perfect world, great, no problem. Nobody's persecuting anybody for their beliefs. Lovely, great, no problem, lovely. But to try to force these people to accept our ways of thinking and our ways, I mean, I think that's unconservative, to be honest. I think that's not a real conservatism, to be honest. What happened to their freedom of expression and their freedom to pick and choose who they do business with? We have that. We have that right as a nation to pick and choose who we do business with. Why are we going to take it away from them? Okay, let me continue here. Let's get into now the controversial section 230, and I'm going to explain it that way you guys understand. That way you guys understand what section 230 is all about. Section 230 is a protection the government has for these social media platforms to not get sued by anybody, right? I find let me give an example. I find some type of a health cure on Twitter, Facebook, or something like that. I go do it. Happens that I lose my vision. I'm not able to sue Facebook because it was on their platform, which makes perfect sense. That's what Section 230 protects. No problem. Now. Let me give you an example that way you guys understand. Let's say I open up a business That business is a restaurant. Very nice restaurant. Everybody loves to go there. It's nice, good food, good servers. The mafia, listen, the mafia decides to start visiting my restaurant, not to extort me or anything like that. They just love the food. They like it. They go in there every week. They do their business in my restaurant. They talk out their plans, their crimes, all that stuff. They go out, commit their hits. They do whatever they want. Their businesses, their extortion, all that stuff. Turns out that they go down. They go to jail. Turns out that they were doing some of uh some the things that they get arrested for. They planned it out in my restaurant. Should I be held accountable for that? So my restaurant be held accountable for what people are doing in my restaurant, the plans that they're doing. Should my business be held accountable for what people do outside of my restaurant? All you logical people will be like, no, Valentine. That is Section 230. Section 230 is not holding the platforms themselves accountable for what any of these users, thousands, millions of users, are doing on the platforms themselves. What makes perfect sense. It's illogical for me to go and sue Twitter for something that I saw on Twitter. It's illogical for me to go and sue Facebook for something that I saw on Facebook. It's just illogical. Section 230 protects these platforms. And I think if they get away from Section 230, I think it will even be worse. More censorship. Why? Because they're trying to stop any type of lawsuits coming to this. So it will be worse. I actually personally, I changed my mind on Section 230. I have tweeted, or I have probably said, I think Section 230 has to go. Section 230 has to be banned. No, it should not be banned, because the time that a a a conservative platform comes along and something happens, some information was on there for some user, the platform should not be held responsible for whatever the user did. Plain and simple. That's what Section 230 protects. Protects that me as a restaurant owner from whatever the mafia does and plans outside of my restaurant. It protects these platforms for any other stuff that any of these users might do. I mean, that's just the way it is. Now, point number 3, right? Conservatives who are capitalists, and for the people that are here, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, hit that share button. None of you guys are chatting, man. You guys are scared. You guys think that I bite? I don't bite, guys. I don't bite. Hit that like button if this is your first time here on the channel. We're talking about all these different things, guys. We're talking about all the craziness that's been going on with the hypocrisy of Twitter banning people, but it's their right to do that, and social media banning people. It's their right to do that, and platforms banning straight up websites completely. It's their right to do that also. Social media is not a human right. Twitter is not a human right. Twitter is not a human right, guys. Like we were great before Twitter. So what? We didn't have no social media. So what is the problem? Let's continue here to what I was started to talk about. The whole conservative capitalist so worried about Twitter. Yo, Twitter is silencing people. And no, guys, there's things bound to come up if Twitter, starts doing this and starts censoring people. People are just bound to leave Twitter. They might be just digging their own hole by censoring people. There's a lot of people that want to be able to express themselves the way they see fit. Let's talk about this. Let's get into economic terms regarding these things, right? Like, if these people don't adapt to the times, they're just gonna go under. Just look what happened with who? Blockbuster and Netflix. Blockbuster didn't decided they didn't want to change with times. They didn't want to update with times. Where is Blockbuster now? I think there was like one still left, or two, like 3, if I'm not mistaken. A couple years ago, I think there was like 3 Blockbusters left in Alaska. Those people watch a lot of movies out there when that winter hits, right? But they basically went under. Same thing could happen to Twitter. Why? Oh, it's very simple. Why can't we, as capitalists, let market forces do what market forces does? Let the market do what the market does. The market decides who flourishes. If you adapt to what the people want, your company, your product will flourish. If you do what you want and there's no adapting in you, your company will go by the wayside, plain and simple. There's other great social media sites bound to come after Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and all this. I mean, it's a constant. And again, guys, we have money. Believe it or not, you guys being here on watching this live right now and getting on these sites without you wasting $1, that's money. Those are conservative dollars. People want eyeballs. That's what these people pay for. That's what these people want. That's how they make money. That's how Twitter makes money. They sell advertising because they have users. It's only bound in time for other companies to come and do that. What's happening, right? So the news came out that Parler was being banned from AWS, the web hosting service of Amazon, meaning their their whole site is about to go down tonight. If tonight, Sunday the 10th, right? If they don't find another web hosting company that is willing to have them, just because quote unquote they were planning, they were planning the hopes, as liberals put it, the siege and the coup attempt and this and that on the Capitol, where these people were being let in. Obviously, nobody. I'm condemning 1,000% what happened inside, but the cops were letting these people in, plain and simple. That's just the fact of the matter. There were some criminals inside, and they're paying their due price, and they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law of what happened in there, which is horrible. But that's besides the point. So Parler is being banned from the web hosting service. They're banning them because they didn't like that. They're not even telling them, listen, you got to clean it up. If we're gonna host you, we wanna host something that is ethical, blah blah blah. Whatever the reason is, I mean, I don't care. I'm pretty sure probably AWS goes and they are hosting some other website, who knows, of some terrorists, or who knows what, some pornography, or some horrible things, who knows what. But again, I understand this. Conservative media and everything conservative is under the spotlight right now. I get it, and they wanna what's that word, man? I always there you go, virtue signal, and say that we don't do this and we don't do that, we're gonna ban these people. Okay, no problem. They have the right to do that. But for the people that are out there, the Amazon web hosting services, what they're gonna do now if they don't like what you're paying them to do. So for conservatives, AWS is, I will not recommend AWS just because of that. At the end of the day, we gotta have our own things, guys. This is good for us. We gotta have our own things. Back to these economic forces at play in the market. Gab, who owns their own services, right? Or their own servers. Now they're saying that they're quote unquote adding 10,000 users a day and that they're buying new servers. Those are market forces at play. They're seeing that there's an exodus from Twitter, whether it be voluntary or max exodus, forceful exit from Twitter. Gab is seeing that there's an opportunity to make money. They are investing in servers. They are investing in what else? I don't know, infrastructure, whatever it is, because there's people that are going to want these services. There's people that want these services. There's people that want to be able to connect online. This is great, guys. Look, I'm right now. I'm in my living room, able to connect with you guys. I have no idea where you guys are from. I don't even know who's up in here in this chat, because none of you guys have said hello to me. You guys think I'm gonna jump through the screen and say, "Hey, what you doing?" or whatever. But I know there's none of you. Like there's 6 of you guys in here right now, and you guys are, who knows in what part of the United States, what part of the world you guys are watching. The internet, social media is great, is lovely, right? It's lovely, and I get it. And people want to be on that. But we have to let the market forces do what they do. If they're gonna ban us from wherever they're gonna ban us, let them ban us. Let them ban us. I'm like, you gotta keep moving, guys. I mean, like I said, before it's their right to do all this stuff. Is their right to, again, and I bring up the story of the Colorado baker. Us as Christians, we, when that Colorado baker was denied, he denied a gay couple the right, not the right, but they wanted to get their cake done by this cake shop, Masterpiece Cake Shop in Colorado. The baker said, no, I'm not doing it because I'm Christian and I feel like I'm violating my conscience when I'm doing, I feel like I'm partaking in the event of a gay wedding and I don't want to do that. And he went to the state court, the Supreme Court upheld that, said, yeah, you are correct. You have the right to deny, especially based on the freedom of expression, First Amendment. Man, I'm talking here and I didn't even change this camera. Let me put this here. There you go. So we gotta be both ways with this, guys. We just gotta be both ways with this. It's a good thing, guys. It's a good thing if we're as a business we're able to just deny people that we don't want to do business with. Obviously, not violating any civil rights laws. Now, we cannot discriminate on people exclusively based on the color of the skin. That's not good, right? I mean, I think we were all agreed on that there's no reason for whatever religion, you cannot just discriminate on somebody based on skin color. It's correct if we decide who we want to do business with and who we are linked with. Twitter doesn't want to do business with Donald J. Trump. Facebook either. They don't want to do business with him. It's their right. Hopefully this will push people to start just thinking outside the box. I mean, if because like I get it, right? I get it. I understand. Like, we are very in a real volatile situation right now in the United States of America regarding just different ways of thought, different just different things. It's very chaotic right now. There's no tolerance. There's a lot of no tolerance. There's just a lot of people sticking to their side and to their guns, and that's just basically almost just straight down the line. And if you're gonna come at me with the stupidity that is all Donald Trump's fault, then I'm gonna just call you like you're like a zombie. You are not. You are a product of CNN. You are a product of mainstream media way of thought. It takes two to tango. Donald Trump was fighting with other people that were taking it to him also, and we're doing horrible things also. And when you were doing this stuff horrible against these conspiracy theories, again, these were all conspiracy theories too. There's conspiracy theories on the right, conspiracy theories on the left, like Russiagate. That's a conspiracy theory. Like $20 million wasted on an investigation on a conspiracy theory against Donald Trump. Nothing to come out of that. When you're constantly going against and going against conservatives and trying to label all conservatives that all conservatives are this, and those pesky Trump supporters, and I'm thinking these people think that every single Trump supporter is like some white redneck in Appalachia somewhere. I think this is like the thought that they have. They don't believe that like Donald Trump has people that love him in the hood, people, Latinos that love him, blacks that love him, and every other nationality out there that love Donald J. Trump. They think that I think this is their image of a Trump supporter. A guy in some with a trucker hat. What do you call those things? Can somebody let me know what they call those things that they put on top? They're like made of jeans and you connect them like that. What is the name of that? Can somebody let me know in the comments, man? I want to know. What is that? What are those things called? With some type, like a tobacco or some type of like grass in the thing, and speaking, hey, y'all, I'm from the South. I love Trump support. I love my Donald Trump. That can't be further from the truth. Are there some of those? Maybe. Of course there's some of those, man. Yes, there's some of those. Suspenders. There you go, Sky, man. Thank you, man. Overalls, marketing acumen. Thank you. That is definitely true. Those things, right? They believe that that's what the Trump supporters look like. All of them. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. No, man. Stop that. So they were branding, Nancy Pelosi Democrats were branding Trump supporters like that, you know. And it came to this. But it didn't start here either. It didn't start with Donald Trump either. You know who brought you Donald Trump? You know who really brought you Donald J. Trump? Who gave it to you? Who put it on the platter? Vote for me, please. Vote for this person. You guys know? Barack Obama. Barack Obama gave you Donald J. Trump. The persecution of conservatives, the persecution of Christianity under the Barack Obama presidency gave you Donald J. Trump. Plain and simple. That's just how it goes. And if you can't see that, I feel sorry for you. I'm like, pray to God, God, help me see this. Why would we take a pivotal, a 180 away from democratic way of thinking from Obama and go to some very strong right-leaning president like Donald J. Trump, who was very anti-illegal immigration. That's right. Illegal immigration, not legal immigrants. Illegal immigration. Very right-leaning, conservative. I'm not gonna say Christian because I don't believe Donald J. Trump was Christian. Was he is he on his way to be Christian? Yes. Is Donald Trump savable? Yes. All that stuff. I think some of his behavior, and I've always said this about Donald J. Trump. I'm a truthful guy, guys. You guys know me. I'm truthful. I don't believe he was Christian. I just don't. I don't believe some of the things that he was saying. They were not Christian. Like, but was he carrying the Christian ideology and Christian way of thought? And was he backing Christianity like no other president of my time? Those are just the facts. Those are just the facts. But I think for the most part, we know that's the thing. The people on the right, we know who Donald J. Trump is. Like, it's like there is no, we're not surprised. Like, we know who this man is. We've been knowing him for 4 years, and the left knows exactly who this man is too. Yeah, they act like surprised when something happened. But again, the left, they go crazy. Guys, let me get into the chat. Let me talk to you guys, man. I was looking at the wrong comment section before. Man, you guys been talking up in here. Let me say what's up. Let me see. Let's start reading some of the chat. I'm gonna talk a little bit with you guys on the chat again. This is just I was just bored. Some of you guys are on here. Maybe I'll do this a little bit more often, just a relaxed little stream. Again, I'm not turning on the lines. I just wanna talk to you guys. I wanna talk what's going on, see what's up. I heard the Pope was special forces went into the Vatican and they arrested the Pope. Q said. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's just like so easily debunkable. And I'm not cracking on anybody that believes none of this stuff. What I do and I pray is that you just come out of this stuff and let's start bringing solutions to the table. All right, let's see what's up. Marketing Acumen said, long time ago, he said, I'm going to the beginning of the chat. He said, what's up, man? What's up, marketing? Good, man. Brandon said, dude, this is worse than communist China. If they can censor the president, it's unimaginable. The thing is that I censor you guys all the time. I censor you guys. There's no cursing on my live stream, and you guys know that. Is that censoring? Companies just have the right to do whatever they want, to be honest, as long as they're not breaking no laws. And I read the legal definition of what the First Amendment means is that the government should not make any laws infringing on anybody's ability to worship the God they want to worship and say the things they want to say. The government would not do that. Now, private individuals are going to have rules. You as parents have rules in your homes. There's no cursing. There's no this. That is not unconstitutional. I mean, those are two different things. Let's see here. Brandon says that the Congress failed us. I think there's, if there's one entity in the three branches of government that is hated the most, is the United States Congress. Congress is trash, in my opinion. Congress is and they fail big time. Both Democrats and Republicans. I think when we start making these politicians fear the vote, then they start talking to us. I am Simply Val. I just canceled my Amazon Prime membership. If that's how you feel, no problem. Simply, I feel you, and you have the right to do that. I'm not gonna be doing that. I mean, I think, like I said, I think these private companies, again, and I say it as a future business owner, even though this is a business right here, right now this business is giving me negative money, but they have the right to do whatever they want. If that's a step too high for you, then I applaud your decision of canceling Amazon Prime. And I think when things get so crazy and people start doing stuff like that, I think these companies will stop with their stupidity also. Let's see here. Marketing Acumen says, that's the beauty of capitalism. We vote with our dollars. There you go, marketing. If we don't like your service, we use another one. Facts, but we can't do that now. See, the big tech companies are colluding to stop Parler from. I get you. I understand. Gab, like I said at the beginning, Gab is already, they're investing in more servers because, quote unquote, they're getting 10,000 users a day. They're investing in their own servers, meaning nobody's taking them down ever because they have their own servers. And I think we just have to have our own things. If it comes to that, in the United States, we will have parallel economies, meaning there's literally a place where conservatives buy, and there's literally a place where liberals buy. There's services that conservatives get. There's services that liberals get. I'm perfectly fine with that, to be honest. Perfectly fine. What better for me to know that my conservative dollars, and again, it's a movement that I started here, conservative dollars, we have to be mindful of where we send our money because it's valuable. We buy stuff too. Clay Davis, the sports reporter, Outkick, who's like a conservative, right-leaning new sports channel or sports company, wrote a book that's called, I think he wrote a book, if I'm not mistaken. It's called Republicans Buy Sneakers Too. We buy sneakers too, guys. We buy stuff too. Companies fear that. That's what they're in business for money. The moment that they start going down under, they're gonna respect our money. But the thing is that we don't make it respect our money. Let me see this. So we have Gab is coming up. Parler, most likely, watch out. They might go down for a while, but they probably, some investors come up with some money and then they invest in these servers and then they'll go from there. And they it's Twitter's pushing people out. There's those people that are coming out still want to be able to share their views online for people to see. That's just in another emerging market. If we have these parallel economies in the United States, perfectly fine with that. Now, are you guys perfectly fine with secession of certain states? I think it's too early for that. I think we just lost one election. I think we got to see what happens after that. If things start going south, I think I'll tell you this, guys. There is no better country in the world to be than the spirit that lives in the United States of America. The spirit of patriotism, the spirit of 1776. We are founded on that. That's how this country, the birth of this country was on that, right? We do not like our rights to be trampled. We are ready to fight back. That's America. I don't think it's gonna get to that point, at least in the foreseeable future. But I think we have the spirit and we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, let me see here what else it says. Okay, Patriot KG 8888. Look at this, guys. All of Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, and other emails were just declassified and released to the public. I have no proof of that. There's no proof of that. Trump signed the Insurrection Act. No proof of that either. Uh, what else? Which will go into effect tomorrow. Prepare emergency law. There is no proof of none of this stuff, Patriot. There's no proof. If give me a link of, put it in the chat. Give me a link of some of somebody with source, whether it's Fox News, whether it's Breitbart, somebody saying that all this is going to happen, and then I'll believe it. In the meantime, this is just hearsay. I canceled Netflix about 6 months ago and haven't had cable in almost 20 years. That's good. To be honest, you don't need cable nowadays. I'm perfectly fine with internet. I think in internet you get all that you want. Let me see. Oh, look, I am simply Val says already down. Parlor is already down. Might be that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Says I cannot log into Parlor account. Okay, it may be down. It may be down already. Parlor. Did you see the My Pillow guys message? Yeah, I saw the My Pillow guys message. I did see it, guys. I saw the message saying that Donald Trump is gonna be president. Donald Trump doesn't believe he's gonna be president. He said it himself. Donald Trump conceded in the last message that he said. He said that there will be an inauguration of a new administration. Donald Trump himself said that. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I just don't know what to tell you. This is the way things are looking right now. I mean, it's like 99.9% that Joe Biden is going to be president, and the 0.1% that is left, it's only if he like dies before January 20th. And if he does that, then Kamala Harris will be president. Okay, let's keep going here. Let me see. What else? What else is here? Let me see. Yeah, the My Pillow guy said Donald Trump will be president. I just don't know how. What is the way? What is the formula? What is the? He said he was talking about some evidence. What was in the evidence provided before? We have plenty of time to provide it in court. Did not provide it in court. At least to a form that was acceptable by the courts. That was the reason the United States Supreme Court did not decide to take anything that was presented to them, because they felt as if which I think it was a mistake by the Supreme Court of the United States. They should have taken it in, looked at everything, even if they thought what was given to them as proof, as evidence, was not enough to them, which was the case here. They should have at least taken it in. I think it would have put a lot of people at peace. Let me see. Yeah, he said that he had the proof that Donald Trump will be president, and like I said, a lot of time to prove it in court. Did not do that. Let me see here. Okay. Watching for the first time and very good. Cynthia, thank you. Cynthia dell'Italia. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. I'm just going down this thing. Skitman here after seeing you over at ABL. Thank you so much. The people, there's a lot of people from LBL. I go on ABL whenever I get a chance. I don't have no special. ABL is not my friend. I mean, I would love to. He's a very stand-up guy. I would love to be his friend. Meaning, I would love to have his number and all that stuff and be his friend. Seems like a very stand-up guy. I just call. I'm just like you guys. I'm a fan of his work. I think the man is putting in hard work. I think he's very honest in what he does. I think the information that he gives to people is very trustworthy. I like the fact that he just picks up for anybody. So that's why I'm taking advantage of calling and getting some free, even though I love it and I enjoy calling in and talking to him and all that stuff. Sometimes I wish we were able to speak a little longer, but I get it. The whole time situation, there's thousands of people calling in. That's something that he has built up on his own. Very successful. And I hope that this channel right here, for the first people the people that are here, we're able to make it grow. How are we gonna make this channel grow? You guys give me a like, helps me a lot, helps me grow, helps me do all that stuff. It's great. Believe it or not, guys, I've been doing this 4 years, and there's only about 1,000 subscribers. And because of your help, we got to 1,000 subscribers. Last year, we got to 1,000 subscribers, like by I'm not sure. I think it was September. With your help, we did that. But YouTube is not promoting my content. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I wish they did, but they're. Hey. Again, it's their rules. It's their platforms. I gotta, I gotta adapt to their thing. But the only way we make it happen is when you guys see my video, hit that like button, share it with somebody. Be like, hey, yo, help this Christian, Latino, conservative guy who's trying to do something different. Who's trying to be honest, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I want to be honest. I want to give you guys all the correct, verifiable information. That way, you guys trust me. I want to be able to make a community here of people that know, which is building. I see the people in the chat on when I do my live streams, when I do them every Friday, 8 to 9, and you guys could call. I do the same thing as ABLs. You guys could call, give me your explanation. I'm gonna be reading a little bit more from the chat on those days too, because some of you guys are a little bit afraid. Okay, let's talk about let me continue continue here. Okay, let's continue here. Okay, already read Cynthia here after seeing you on ABL. Skidman said that. Skidman, thank you. My house rules. That's just how it goes. That's right, Skidman. If I go into your house, you have your rules. I gotta adapt to your rules. If not, Valentine is kicked out Skidman's house. Plain and simple. That's just how it is. And Skidman is protected by the law. Twitter, Facebook. That's just how it is. I mean. We don't like it. Go build Valentine. You don't like being in Skidman house. Go make your own house. Go buy your own house. Go do your own thing, man. That's what I gotta do. That's what we gotta adapt. I think we're crying a lot, conservatives. We don't. That's not a patriot way of thinking, to be honest. This constant crying about people banning us and crying about this. Go do something about it. Did you support Goya when Goya was being boycotted by AOC? Did you went and you bought? A lot of us did. And actually, the sales went through the roof because of that quote unquote boycott, but it turned into a boycott. Actually, we gotta stick with us, guys. They're forcing us to be together. Us. They're forcing us to be together. I'm perfectly fine with that. Let's continue here with the Valentine's QB. Let me see. Needs okay. That was just something spelling. Valentine needs a bigger platform. Hey. Whatever's in God's plan, man. Go to Donald Trump Jr.'s media company. I didn't even know Donald Trump Jr. had a media company. To be honest, that's actually one thing that I was telling my wife the other day. Donald Trump, obviously billionaire, has a great opportunity right now to make a media company. I think that it'll help him. Well, not only help him, it'll help America a lot. I think he has money. I think he could get money. He has friends in high places. And I think this is the time for him to make. I think he has a great opportunity to make something big. Brandon says, Valentine, that sounds good, but the communists are coming for everything if this is allowed to stand. I think we got to give him a little bit of time, Brandon. I think we got to. I'm not sure if that's what's coming, like literally the next day. I'm not sure. I know some people believe that. And I respect that. I'm not gonna say anything negative about anybody who believes that. They have the right to believe, and I think to stop it now, sooner rather than later, I think is great. I'm not sure if it's that serious right at this moment right now. I think we gotta see where they're gonna go with it. We just have to see a little bit what's gonna happen with that. Brandon says secession. America has 50 states. As 50 states cannot stand. I mean, there's big things that are coming to this country. To be honest, and I don't know if again, I believe in God. I'm Christian. America's moral temperature is horrible. America, there's filth morally with what America exports. America does not only exports goods and services and cars and whatever, they also export a way of thinking. It's a degrading, they have degraded morals worldwide when they promote and export the music of people like Cardi B, who's out there talking about WAP, who and a whole bunch of other things, a whole bunch of sins that America has exported to the world in America's liberal worldview. abortions overseas, etc., etc., etc. Look what they did. They did in Georgia, a red state, Georgia, just voted for. Look at this oxymoron. I say it all the time. Oxymoron. Pro-abortion pastor. That's just an oxymoron. That's like saying I'm gonna eat some hot ice cream. What? That's an oxymoron. That shows a lot where America, and this is not from now. This is where America's values have been for a while. Roe v. Wade. Some people put the estimates of deaths about 60 million babies dead. That's a lot, guys. I mean, those are things. God is there. God is not forgetting none of this. Let me see that. Skidman says true. That's why there are so many immigrants still trying to come to America, best nation on earth, as long as God allows it. This is a blessed nation, to be honest, guys. Even though it has its faults, like I just finished saying, guys. Oh man, I spend a lot of time watching documentaries on how people live in other parts of the world, and I tell you this, guys. I tell you this. I think even the poor people in America are extremely blessed compared to other nations. We don't know what we have. That's the thing. I think we don't know what we have. Hence, we are complaining. Wasn't like LeBron James complaining about something about America? I'm not sure, but I heard some title. LeBron James complaining about America. A dude that it's a multi-millionaire for playing with a basketball. Dude is complaining about how bad America is. What is this other guy? Kaepernick, another guy, complaining about how bad America is. America? Go out there. Go to third world countries. Go to South America. Go to Africa. Go to Eastern Europe. Go out there. Go to China. Go. Well, you don't even have to go. YouTube it right now. That way you see how America is. Simple task, just like this, like having drinking water, having running water, being able to turn on lights and there's lights, being able to get like simple things that we don't even think about. We think these things are given. Simple things as just having a road in front of your house. We just don't appreciate these things. We don't. And we have time to bicker constantly. All day have things to complain. That's what liberals do a lot. And I hope conservatives are not getting there too. I hope we're not getting there too. Let me see here. True, that Skinman says. True, that's why there are so many immigrants. Yeah, I read that one. Ms. Yanni says they're implementing a digital government and shutting down elected politicians without even having a core of law decide. Social media becoming a tyrant. I believe the censorship is real. I think, but this is not time to. I think this is time to be strategic, guys. It's time to do what we got to do. No fear, zero. I think good things are ahead. Believe it or not, I know people are going crazy right now. I think good things are ahead. I think good things are gonna come out of these. Problems of this persecution of all this. I think the fact that even though the outcome that we wanted did not come out, we gotta go to the drawing board and we gotta find out why did America chose Joe and Kamala. We have to find out. I'm gonna end it here, guys. I thank you guys for you guys that are here seeing me blab into this microphone. I am extremely grateful of that immense blessing. I don't take none of you guys for granted, even the people that I disagree with. I'm not one of those people. I'm extremely grateful for everything. I'm a very simple person. I am happy with little things, to be honest. I'm happy. I'm happy for the health that the Lord has given me, my family. Thank God we didn't get none of the Rona. I'm happy for all these things, and I think you should be too, guys. I think we have to look into your life and try to look at. I mean, there's just two ways of looking at things, guys. It's a glass half full type of mentality, not a glass half empty. That's what the way you got to look at things. And if you look at things like that, if you have, the Bible says two things for happiness. That's it, on earth at least, when it comes to material things: food and clothes on your back and shelter. Those things, clothes on your back, same thing, is just to guard you from the elements. A house does the same exact thing. Those two things, if you're happy with the food on the table that you have, that you don't have to worry, go crazy about getting food, and the clothes on your back and the house that you live in, you should be happy with that. You should be content with that. After that, everything else is just extra stuff that a lot of the times we just don't need. And then material things that make us go crazy. A brand new car, bills, a house that we can't even afford. Another problem in our head, we're thinking about constantly paying these reoccurring bills constantly. Cell phones that we might not even need. Services that we don't even use, constantly getting more and upgrading this. We have the new iPhone 12. Now we want the 13 because it has a newer camera and this and that, and we keep complicating ourselves. It's just insanity. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me here on this beautiful live stream. God bless to everybody. Stay safe out there. Again, every Friday we have that live call-in show. You guys are able to call in 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. At 9:10, I go into El Show de Valentin, which is the Spanish version of this show, which I do with my lovely wife Jackie. But during the week, obviously, I'll be doing these live, not live, not this. I'll be doing my regular videos. So God bless, Godspeed me, Valentine. I am